Like a ball.
All right, ladies, this is Alex from Mindful Attraction, and today we're going to be talking about how to never be played by another man again, okay? And this is not about a strategy to never be played by a specific dude. This is the strategy that you need to never be played in general by anybody, all right? Because generally, when you're getting played, it just means you're in a situation that people are treating you worse than you believe that you should be treated. In other words, when you're getting played, you are getting signs that the person that don't like you. Literally, when somebody's playing you, they're giving you signs that they don't like you. You're just not picking up on it, or you decided not to pick up on it. And usually, this mentality that I'm about to tell you about avoids all of that kind of stuff. And it's this disdain what you cannot have. If you gotta get into the mentality of not wanting those who don't want you and accepting what you can attract. In other words, up until a few years ago, I used to walk around, living my life trying to get as much pussy as I could, right? I used to try to get as many women as I could. And the thing is that I would try to get like a certain amount in a certain in the week, right? And the problem with that is that I was trying to get as much as I could. Like I was trying to hit above my average, and I would sometimes. Don't get me wrong. Like I would meet more girls than I would have met if I would not have put in the effort. The problem is that there's a point of diminishing returns when you're working so hard that the effort does not is not worth the return, because the more you try and the more you get, those returns are a lot less because they don't reward you as much, right? So when I wouldn't get what I wanted, I would feel frustrated, right? And a lot of women will play with me. They will fuck with me. They will tell me that was if they were available tomorrow or today, and then they will reschedule. They'll just mess with you. And the reason why is because I was so invested in getting something soon, and I just wanted to hit above my limit, that when things didn't go that way, I would feel frustrated and I would feel played, right? So then but then there came a point where I was like, you know what? Fuck it. There is a certain amount of women that I could get. Like if I didn't put any effort and I just live my life, there's a certain amount of women that I will get. And that certain amount of women will come with me with no effort, right? And so what I began noticing is that, yeah, you're not getting that much. No, not that much, but not as much as you want. But you're relaxed, And the funny thing is that you don't try to force it. So it's kind of like when when a woman tries to bait me with saying, "Hey, you're available today," like I'm not trying to hit above my limit. So I don't try to do it. I don't try to get as much as I could. So I'm just more patient, right? And so with you ladies, what you have to understand is that there's a certain amount of men that you could get. Like there's a certain limit of the kind of the quality of guys that you could get. It just is, right? And usually when you get played is when you're trying to hit above your limit, when you're trying to force the issue, because it's kind of like, you do not validate me. You know what? I'm a force this to happen. You're gonna have to tell me through your validation that I am this person that I believe I am. Just I'm telling you, just accept that there's a certain limit of the type of guys that you could get. Just accept it. Just surrender to it. As a guy, there's a certain amount of women that I could get. I surrender to it, and I don't try to hit above that, and I accept whenever I go a day or 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, whatever the hell, without being with someone, because that's who I just naturally attract. You see what I'm saying? And so that's what you guys want to do. And the reason why you're feeling frustrated is because you're comparing what you have to somebody else, right? That's why I would get frustrated. I'll be like, well, I only had two girls today, right? And the reason why I would complain about that is because I'm thinking about somebody who gets like two, three girls a day, right? And that's an unfair comparison, because that person is at a different phase in their lives that calls for them to attract that much women naturally, right? So sometimes you're not the person who attract who can attract that right now. Sometimes you're not that person right now, but you can work on that, right? And that's where you have to be realistic. Like me, I'm not that kind of person who could get like 10 girls a day, even though I wouldn't want that. Fuck that shit, right? But the option of having that is something that any person would want, right? And you could become that in the future. But now I can only attract a certain amount, and I'm not gonna try to hit above that, because if I do, I could, but it gets, in the beginning, it looks like it's worth it, but then after a while, it doesn't reward me as much. But I'm still putting in the effort, and I still feel the effort, right? So it's kind of like, it's better to just surrender to what you could do. Like you guys, you ladies, you cannot get some guys. There's just some guys who you would not get, and some of you guys are predetermined to end up alone. That's just how it is, right? Not predetermined, but it's kind of like your personality, your habits. It doesn't lend to attract people. Like it's at your core, right? It's important to surrender to that, and to be realistic with yourself, and then surrender to that. And it's not that I don't want you guys to try, but I don't want you to try to the point that you're hurting yourself. It's kind of like eating for the point of just eating. Not like, there's the point that you eat so much that you could, hurt yourself. That's what I'm trying to say. Is that sometimes when you're getting played, it's because you're with somebody who's treating you like shit, and you just don't want to accept it, and you just keep going. Sometimes when somebody's treating you like shit, they're just saying to you, hey, get away from me, right? And sometimes you just don't want to do that because you don't want to accept that the person don't like you, because you believe that he liked her, why doesn't he like me? Disdain, where you can, if they don't like you, man, leave them. This is a mentality this is more of a long-term mentality, that long-term you will win with this. Long-term, short-term, it looks like you lost, but long-term you win with this. And I'm telling you, the people who win are the people who look long-term, right? Like where I am right now is, I'm not here because I was thinking short-term. I'm here because I thought long-term. 5 years ago, I wrote it down on my goals and stuff like that, and then that's what happened, right? And so this is the same thing. And you ladies, where you are right now, some of you guys cannot attract some guys. It's just how it is. And unfortunately, with guys are visual, right? Guys are visual, right? And so it's like my mom. My mom looks good right now. She got in shape. I see niggas looking at her. Motherfuckers be looking at my mom, right? She got in shape, right? And now she could attract more. So some of you ladies, that's what it is, man. I'm not lying with you guys. Like, you guys just got to be in shape. And outside of that, like being in shape, when I mean being in shape, I mean being in the best shape that you could be, right? Hitting your optimal. Like, it's all about what you guys have to understand is that it's not about somebody else's limit. It's all about what you could do at your peak. That's what you guys have to focus on, right? There's a certain peak that I have that I cannot change. I'm 5'10", right? 5'10" with shoes, right? And there are just some women who will never be with me because they just don't like my kind, right? And so I have to accept that there's just a certain finite number of women who just will never be with me because they don't like me, right? And the stupid dude is the kind of guy who does not accept that, who wants to force the issue, and that guy will get played. Because he's getting to run into a girl who half-ass likes him but will tolerate him, but doesn't respect him enough to give him the time to text him on time, and he will not accept that. And so what he's gonna do is gonna force the issue more, and she's gonna be more annoyed, but will not tell him that she's being annoyed, because some women are passive aggressive like that, right? And guys do that too, right? And so that guy will end up in a pattern with somebody who doesn't like him. Right, and the reason why he's in that phase is because he never developed the habit of not wanting those who don't want him back, right? And that's the thing, man. It's more of a principle. It's more of a principle, If I sense that you're disrespecting me, I'm not gonna tell you to change. I'm just gonna leave. It's more of a principle that you live by. If they don't like it, they don't like it. Then they could just leave too. Simple as that. All right, guys. This is Alex from Mindful Attraction. If you guys need coaching, go to the link below. Deuces.
All right, ladies. So this is the course that all of you guys have been asking me for, and it's the psychological game of attraction. This is pretty much the course that will make any man beg to want to commit with you. This is the course that I wish, I'll be honest with you, if I was a woman, this is the kind of course that I want, because it's a course that's specifically geared to help you understand how guys fall in love and how to do it in a systematic way that's almost predictable, right? So let me show you guys how this course is set up. By the way, there's a 30-day money back guaranteed on this course. So if you guys don't like it, you guys will get money back. Look, let me show you how it's done, right? So it's split up in a few sections. The first section is the introduction, obviously, what to expect from it. After that is giving you an understanding of the psychology of attraction, right? Because you need to understand that dating is a game. You need to think strategically, that there are certain laws of human nature that you cannot break, and just a few things of why people love each other. You know, it's very important to have a realistic expectation. After that, we go into the three phases of every relationship. They all go in these three phases, and these phases could overlap each other at times, right? The first phase is the pre-honeymoon period. It is when you first know the person, or it is when you're becoming acquaintance with the guy, or it is when you guys broke up and are back together, or it is when you guys had a long period of you guys not knowing each other and now you guys want to rekindle things. This works in any point of the relationship that you need to spark interest and curiosity. So these videos are specific for that, specific to create curiosity, how to get to know the guy the right way, using your non-verbals, how to create a powerful reputation. It's truly powerful stuff. After that is the honeymoon period. This honeymoon period is how to get from curiosity to interest to creating a deep connection. So all of these videos are specifically geared to that. Not the 30, no. These specific videos are there for this phase, and this phase is any phase. You guys are having a good, happy moment. You guys just got back together, and now you feel that peak. You feel that happiness that you guys felt. That's what this is, right? So these videos are there for that, creating a lonely fantasy, the preemptive breakup, the triangle of love, using words to control these men. It's powerful stuff. After that is the post honeymoon period, and again is a short list of videos because these videos are there to solidify the connection that you already created. So if you just had an incredible moment, or you just came out of a vacation with a guy and everything went well, you better use this phase, because if you don't do this, he's gonna become disenchanted. It's just how it is. These are very specific videos, and if you and all you gotta do is just say, all right, where am I? I tell you where you guys are, and you just watch the video. It's pretty much like being coached by me. You got some bonus videos: stop being nice, dealing with the inevitable, how to deal with breakup, how to deal with getting over a dude. This is the how to overcome manipulation, identifying manipulation, deterring manipulation, defending yourself against manipulation, what to do if you're already in a manipulative relationship, and how to avoid them through detachment. It's pretty much an extremely succinct and laser focused course. Not one waste of motion. That's why I love it. And there's a 30-day money back guarantee if you guys don't like it. No questions asked, people. All right. And if you guys want to support this channel, this is how you support it. And I hope you guys enjoy this. All right. See you guys inside.